What really happened at the Oxford Union? A highly anticipated debate turned into an international blame game, and the details are absolutely wild. Let's break down this bizarre story of accusations, last-minute changes, and what one Indian speaker called a Pakistani gambit. The stage was set at the prestigious Oxford Union for a fiery debate. The motion was, this House believes that India's response to Pakistan is a populist strategy sold as security policy. A serious topic, with high-profile speakers expected from both sides. But just hours before it was scheduled to begin, the entire event collapsed. So, what went wrong? Well, it depends on who you ask. First, let's look at the Indian side's version of events, led by lawyer Sai Deepak. He was one of the speakers for India and gave a detailed account on social media. According to him, the trouble started early. He pointed out that key positions at the Oxford Union, like the president and treasurer, were held by Pakistani nationals. He even alleged the president was the son of Pakistan's Minister of Defense Production, raising questions about impartiality from the get-go. Then, just days before the debate, the original Indian speakers, including a former army chief and a prominent politician, had to pull out due to unavoidable commitments. That sent the Indian team scrambling for replacements. Despite the ridiculously short notice, Sai Deepak managed to assemble a new team from within the UK, including Manu Kajaria and Satish Sharma. They were ready to go. Then came the final dramatic twist. On the day of the debate, just a few hours before it was meant to start, Sai Deepak says he got a call. He was told that the Pakistani delegation, which included former Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Khar, hadn't even landed in London yet. Hearing this, the Indian team, understandably, decided not to make the journey to Oxford. Why travel for a debate that isn't happening? But here's where it gets even stranger. Sai Deepak claims he later received confirmation that the Pakistani delegation had, in fact, landed and was already checked into a hotel in Oxford. This led him to launch a blistering attack, accusing the Pakistani side of deserting the battlefield before the battle begins. He suggested they simply lacked the courage to face a live, unscripted debate. He didn't hold back on his criticism of the Oxford Union's leadership either, saying they allowed their prestigious institution to be dragged in the muck. Indian lawmaker Priyanka Chaturvedi also chimed in on social media, saying, Pakistan is crying again over an Oxford Union debate. Once again, they have proved to be liars. Now, let's flip the coin and look at Pakistan's side of the story. The Pakistan High Commission in London released a completely different statement. They painted a picture of the Indian delegation pulling out at the last minute. They claimed this withdrawal handed a walkover to the Pakistani side. Their statement suggested that the Indian speakers lacked the confidence to defend India's policies in what they called a neutral and intellectually rigorous debate. They essentially framed it as India being afraid to argue its case. So, who do you believe? On one hand, we have a detailed, minute-by-minute account from an Indian speaker alleging deception and a deliberate plan to avoid the debate. He provides a timeline, names, and a logical sequence of events that led to the Indian team's withdrawal. On the other hand, we have an official statement from the Pakistan High Commission claiming the exact opposite, that India backed out. This whole episode has turned what should have been a serious intellectual discussion into a public spat. Was it a calculated move by the Pakistani side to avoid a tough debate, as Sai Deepak alleges? Or was it a simple case of miscommunication and last-minute chaos, with the Indian team pulling out hastily? Or, as the Pakistan High Commission claims, did India simply get cold feet? The truth is probably buried somewhere in a flurry of emails, phone calls, and conflicting schedules. But one thing is clear. The Oxford Union's reputation has taken a hit. Instead of hosting a landmark debate, it became the center of a political farce. It's a reminder that even in the halls of academia, geopolitics can get messy, complicated, and downright bizarre. What do you think really happened here? Was it a strategic gambit, A massive organizational failure, or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you want more breakdowns of complex current events, make sure to like and subscribe.